Welcome back to my channel, Guidance to Experience with Summer Lee. Hello everybody. Yo, I know it's been forever and I'm sorry I have been slacking. I know it. I have been slacking, but man, this week has just been one for my mental, for real. Like, I've just been all up in my head. You know, it's kind of what I want to just go ahead and jump into and talk about real quick. Depression in itself is a bitch, right? We can all agree there. Depression in itself is a bitch. And anyone who is dealing with depression, more power to you because it sucks, okay? And then when you have anxiety on top of that, then it's even worse. Because then you worry too much, and then with depression, you just don't care at all, right? Well, on top of that, imagine going ahead and throwing on a little icing on that cake and being a recovering drug addict. Ding, 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 ding. Yes, it's been hell this week. So, that's why I wanted to jump out here now while I can. And if you hear my kids in the background, I'm sorry. My boys just got out of school not too long ago and they're a little wired. But, you know, the life of a mom, you got to get in while you can. And I just wanted to get this out there because, you know, it's been a while since I shared with you guys. And I'm pretty sure a lot of people can relate to this. So, from my experience the last week, I have literally been just stuck in my own head. Okay? Like, over just one certain situation. No, not really, that's a lie. A few certain situations, just one bigger than the rest, right? And maybe in us Scorpios, when we tend to be dealing with certain things, we like to go internal. We go in hermit mode, is what I like to call it. You go in hermit mode and we deal with our things internally into ourselves. Basically, that means sitting in the house, not messing with nobody, being distant, all that good stuff. We don't do it because we don't want to deal with you guys or anything like that. We just do it because that's how we process without making a huge deal for everybody else. Now, with me also being a mother, when I go through these moments like this, I have to take what energy I do have and to put in my children. Always. That is number one, 24/7. It's never done. The job's never done. It's just what we got to do. Well, this November will be making 3 years that I have been drug-free. Now, it has been a journey. It has been a process. It has been hard, but it has been worth it every step of the way. And I am still struggling today. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that I'm not. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that I haven't had setbacks. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that thoughts haven't come in my head. No, that would be a complete and total lie. And when you're suffering from depression and anxiety on top of being a recovering drug addict, to me, it intensifies the thoughts and everything else 10 times more. You got to work extra hard at it. Because coming from me and my experience, I started using drugs, experimenting with pills around 15. Okay? Now, then it was just for fun. It was just for fun. Now, I've always had emotional damage. Going back to when I was a kid, I have daddy issues. And that is the truth, you know. Guys, if you are a girl or a woman out there dealing with daddy issues, don't let nobody tell you that's cliche, because it is the truth. A girl needs her daddy, and that I'm just going to leave that there. And when you suffer from internal and emotional damage, as I did, I started realizing I could take this recreational fun and use it to numb a lot of my pain. And that's what I did. Anytime I started going through some certain feelings or emotional turmoil, I would pop a pill. Pop another pill. I wanted to stay fogged out. I wanted to stay dazed. And that's what it did to me. And then it got to the point to where I couldn't function without it. Right? And I'm pretty sure there's a lot of you out there who can totally agree or relate to me and what I'm going through. So, and then on top of that, I suffer from depression and anxiety. You know, and going through that, I would take the pills to do that and numb my pain. And then I'm going to say, I started realizing that the pills weren't really cutting it for me, and I was doing too many, and I was going through a really, really hard time at this moment. And I started experimenting with is called meth. I was on it for about 2 years, on and off. Not consistent, but on and off. Pills, I was very consistent with. And I've never really been a big drinker, but I did drink occasionally and recreationally. But all in all, a mentality of an addict, and that's what I suffered from. And that's how I learned at the time, or what I did to deal with my depression and my anxiety. Well, now, being sober for going on 3 years from drugs, and recovering, is still in the recovering process, still in the early stages of the recovering process. To me, I feel like no matter how many years you go clean, you're always going to be in recovery, because it's yes, it's a choice. The choice starts with you to stop and make yourself get clean, or do what you need to do, or take the steps to do that. But you can't really, if you have an addictive personality, you cannot control addiction. And nobody knows what I mean unless they've been through this. Somebody observing somebody that's being an addict, yes, they can have some input, but they don't really know what that addict is going through because they have not been there. And lately, for the past week, I have been dealing with this situation, and I get kind of like this, I guess, because it gets closer and closer to the time that it's, and I call it an anniversary for me. And I start thinking about everything, and sometimes I can't control it. I'll be going through this change and this journey. I'll be fine, and then one minute something comes over me, and I'm just down, and physically down, and I'm trying to figure out ways to get me out of those downs. And that's when I know that it's just my depression moments, my depression state. So what do I need to do to get out of it? Thoughts will come in my head. Well, let me just go and see if I can get a pill. No, skirt. Stop, Summer. Stop. You're going to have these thoughts, but do not act on them. That's what you have to tell yourself. Okay, because being a recovering drug addict, suffering from depression and anxiety, you were still going to have these thoughts. Being a recovering drug addict, you're going to have the thoughts anyways. But when you have depression and anxiety, it's worse because you want it to stop. Okay, so you're trying to think of what you can do to make it stop. Well, what I figured out that has been helping with me is meditation. Guys, I highly recommend it. Yes, laugh if you want to. I used to laugh when people recommended it to me. Go ahead, get it out your system. But I'm telling you, meditation works. It is doing wonders. Now, if you really try, don't just go in there half-assing it and be like, take time for yourself. Meditate. Go on YouTube. There's different categories, and there's different things to explain to you and help you. Sorry about that. You see the buzz and the Spider-Man. I'm in my kids' room because it's the only quiet place in the house right now, and I'm trying to fix my phone. There we go. So there's different categories, and there's different sections, and there's also someone there that can explain to you what meditation is for and how good it is for you, and it's basically a beginner's guide. I did it, and it's been working for me. Now, I'm not going to lie, I haven't been consistent. In the moments that I've been down, I was literally just every day just doing what I have to do with what little energy that I have in my depression moments, focusing on my kids, because being a mother, that's 24/7, right? Well, when you're a mother and you're going through a recovering drug addict, when you're a recovering drug addict, a mother, and suffering with depression and anxiety, you got to take what little energy that you do have and focus wholly on them, and then focus on yourself trying to get you out. Now, I'm not on any medication right now for it. I'm not saying I probably shouldn't be, but I'm really, really trying not to be, because I have been in the past and it didn't seem to really work for me. So now I'm trying new things, which is meditation, writing. I'm writing again, and meditation, and just drinking a lot of water and trying to get more sunlight and getting out more and getting more fresh air. Even when I don't feel like it, I'm trying to push myself. I'm telling myself to do it. This time it took me a week. Hopefully I'm going to get them down shorter and shorter and shorter, maybe from a week to 4 days, and maybe from 4 days to 2 days, to 2 days to 1 day, and to eventually not having them. Now, don't ignore your medical issues. If you know that you really are suffering from depression and none of this stuff is helping you, do go seek help and seek a doctor. And if you're having relapse thoughts or setback thoughts, reach out. If you don't want to talk to me, there's lines, or God, whatever you feel works for you, okay? There's always something out there that will work for you. You just have to find an outlet, something. I'm pretty sure this is what you've already heard before, whatever, but coming from somebody, especially if you are my acquaintance or my friend, out of all of my subscribers on here, I'm pretty sure I know all of you, and a lot of y'all didn't even know this about me. And, I'm telling you, I have experience in it, and I'm still learning in ways, and if you have advice for me, sorry, I didn't want my son to come in here and be loud. And if you have advice for me, I would love to hear it. But guys, I am going to get off of here. I'm going to get back on here a little later tonight. My phone is going to die, and I don't want to cut out on you. I just really wanted to get this out here. Thank you for listening to me. Thank you to continue to support me and continue to follow me, guys. Share. Let's continue to reach people. And I am going to be doing a little bit better by being more consistent with my videos. You just have to bear with me and my little moments that I'm in. Thanks, guys. I love you all. Mwah. Love and peace.